A big verdict against the Milwaukee area gun store is drawing national attention. 2 Milwaukee police officers sued Badger Guns, claiming the store was negligent in allowing a straw man purchase. That's when somebody buys a gun for someone else who can't make a legal purchase. The gun in question was later used to shoot and seriously wound 2 Milwaukee police officers. The jury sided with the officers and awarded them a combined $5 million. But the case could have a much wider impact. We're joined now by WISN 12 Courts reporter Colleen Henry, who covered the Badger Guns trial. It's good to have you with us, Colleen.
Hey, Mike.
Why is everybody around the country paying attention to this case?
Well, this is a big deal because it's the very first time that a jury has sided with the plaintiffs in one of these cases. These cases rarely get to trial. And we can talk a little bit about, there's a law, as you're aware of, in 2005, Congress tried to insulate gun manufacturers and gun dealers from liability for damage done by the gun they sold, with a very few exceptions, and that's how this Badger Guns case came to trial. So the plaintiffs were able to establish that they met one of these exceptions, which was the sale was negligent, that the guys at Badger Guns who were there handling the paperwork should have known that there was something fishy going on. They're watching this man who's struggling. The first thing he writes is, "No, this gun's not for me." And then there's interaction where the dealer explains to him, "Are you sure that's what you want?" And he changes it to, "Oh, yes, this gun is for me." He's got a guy with him who's pointing it out. They come back and forth, get more money. I mean, it was in some measure the perfect storm of evidence to establish on videotape that things didn't go in the way that a reasonable gun dealer should be expected to perform. And so that was the big deal here. Is the facts here are so perfect that they were able to convince a jury that this was negligent.
So does this open the door to other lawsuits, or is it, as you describe it, kind of everything lined up just right for this particular case?
Well, I mean, I think it sends a message. More lawsuits, well, you're going to have to be able to establish negligence. And that's a hard thing to do, especially if you have a reputable gun dealer. I mean, some people work very hard to make sure that nobody who shouldn't have a gun gets one. And so this shouldn't really affect them. If you are one of those gun dealers operating on the margins and you're not really paying attention, you see this and that does send a message. It says, if I get caught doing a shoddy business in terms of determining whether, the eligibility of this buyer, I could pay not only the compensatory damages for what happened, in terms of the damage, but also the punitives that were almost $1 million in punitive damages in this case against Badger Guns.
We should make it clear, Colleen, that this case is not over. This is likely to go on for a while.
Right. I mean, while the trial ended, anybody involved in the case understands that this is just the first step. Well, I shouldn't say first step. It took years to get to actually a trial because this is a highly contested issue. Badger Guns has very good attorneys, and we've already got a schedule right now they're going to be back in court in a couple of weeks to talk about post-verdict motions to ask the judge to overturn the verdict. That rarely happens, which means that they'll file an appeal at the Court of Appeals here in the Milwaukee area, and then depending on how that goes, it will most likely, and everybody expects, it will go to the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Are there any
2 years down the road, I might add.
Yeah. Are there any politics attached to this? I mean, is it? This seems like this is, again, got, folks pretty much either here or there.
Right. Well, that's a really good question. You're the politics guy. I'm the crime person. But here was my observation. What does this mean? It may mean that this case was tried in the middle of a gun crisis in Milwaukee County, and you had a jury that is living through it. I mean, you see what we put on TV every night. It's troubling. It makes people feel very unsettled. And they may feel that we are going to hold our gun dealers to a higher level. For example, there was a similar case tried in Alaska. Now, I'm not familiar with the facts there, but the bottom line was the jury there didn't find for the plaintiffs. It found that the gun dealer was reasonable. Now, has that got something to do with the climate in which people live in Alaska as opposed to a very urban environment where people are really struggling with crime? So there is politics here, but it's also, I think, in some measure got something to do with urban versus rural and all kinds of different things at play.
More to come, as we often say. More to come in the next couple of years. Colleen Henry from WISN 12. It's great to have you here.
Thanks.
Thanks. When we come back, the economy, the Republican legislative agenda, and the lessons of 2010.